Yes, the organisation AfriForum says it's now giving the head of the Hawks until the end of this month to give a proper update on its investigation into the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula. When Mbalula was the Minister of Sport in 2017, the then journalist Barry Bateman broke a story that Mbalula had gone on a family holiday to Dubai and that the holiday was paid for by a sporting goods company. In 2018, the Public Protector found that Mbalula had indeed benefited from this money. There's also been a suggestion that this money was in fact the proceeds of money laundering.
We just want a meaningful update on the status of the investigation into Fikile Mbalula. The criminal complaint was filed in 2019 by Monique Tauter from AfriForum. It's been investigated since then. It's been 4 years. This office has been trying since then to get meaningful updates, both from the Hawks as well as the NPA. But the matter is simply transferred between the two parties. We know now that it is with the Hawks. We established that. We want to know what exactly is happening. As the complainant, whom we represent, she has a right to find out what the status of the investigation is. But the real reason we're asking is it's inexplicable that an investigation of this nature, which is a seemingly simple case of alleged corruption involving a single transaction, there was money that was paid from a sporting goods supplier to a travel agency for the benefit of the then sports minister, that this matter should not have been completed and handed over to the NPA for a decision to prosecute within this 4-year period. We want to know what's happening. There's evidence that shows how the proceeds or the money was actually paid from the company linked to the sporting goods supplier. The sporting goods supplier is Sedgars. There was a company called Raymond Uniforms, which is linked. Money was moved through that particular company and paid to the travel agency to settle part of that ticket for Mbalula's family to travel to Dubai. Now, those records have not just been, don't worry about me. The Public Protector has collected all of this evidence. The Public Protector has statements from all the people involved. There's no denying that the money was paid. It was just been downplayed by Fikile Mbalula, as well as the representatives or the family that owns the company, Sedgars, the Docrats. They're saying that there's nothing untoward, that they were friends at the time, it was a loan. But there are several difficulties in that particular version. But that's for the Hawks to investigate and obtain versions from them and put it in a statement. They must do that. We want to know where they stand, and we want to know at what stage this matter is going to proceed to a prosecution. It was 5 years ago, 2018. The criminal case was opened in 2019. So a lot of the investigation had already been done. There would just have to be some certain aspects, perhaps financial records that would have to be pulled, certain statements from banks, because another aspect of the investigation established by the Public Protector is that some of the debt that or Mbalula paid back money to the Docrats that was delivered in bags of 200,000 Rand cash at two separate banks. You know, there's some serious questions about how money was moved, and we want to know, again, have these statements been taken? What is the status of the investigation, and when are we going to see people being held accountable for their alleged offences? That's the problem that we sit with. We're not yet at the stage to even ask for the matter to be privately prosecuted, because that's when it gets to the NPA, and the NPA has to make a decision whether or not to prosecute. If they say they don't want to, well, then we can apply for that knowledge certificate. Here is we're sitting with a situation where the Hawks haven't yet completed their investigation. We say there are two options because it's inexplicable. One, either the Hawks are incapable of investigating a pretty simple corruption case. Case in point here is the Nulani Investments matter, where the state has demonstrated how it poorly investigates cases. The other is that there is clear protection of powerful people in political circles. Those are the two situations we're looking at. We just want the state to do what is required of them, do their job, present the docket to the NPA, and we can move on with the case.